there's at least some recency to go by, but from OG's perspective, they want to better that performance that sent them into the lower bracket. And just a nice, simple grouped approach here. Split on A as the smoke control comes out in mid.
And it looks like we are going to see TYLOO try to smash their way up con, go for the A split. OG, of course, nicely positioned to go for the retake. Big Bink onto mantuu, but not going to be able to finish him off just yet. So it is going to be 5-on-5. But how much respect does OG give TYLOO here? You got Flames just trying to stop that cross to sight slowly. Already there at triple. But there's no control over towards short. So it will be this reverse default plant, or at least an attempt to get it down. Tap comes through. And TYLOO, they know they've got a whole lot of time to play with here.
They do, but they've got to take some duels, and Valdi just squares that quite nicely. Mantuu's low, but they're all going to aggress together. They fight as a unit.
Whoa. Just tapping heads. Flames looking sharp. Crisp couple of headshots coming through. Dan King, missed opportunity, but it's going to be strength in numbers. OG, 3 men just pounded him in the torso. But there you go. Dan King eventually falling, and OG will take that CT pistol. So off to a very good start here on Mirage.
Yeah, look, that was a shooting gallery.
Yeah.
I don't know if that qualifies as something from point blank. It feels like it. Just multiple targets on your screen at once. He took a long time to eventually be taken down, but that's an awkward situation for TYLOO. They get into that bomb site. They have no utility left. They just have to take firefights, and quite disheartening, to be honest.
Let's see if TYLOO will be able to do much damage here with the Deagle buy. Well, short's not the way to go. Straight into the M4 they've ran. Niko as well. Able just to spot slowly there over towards Delpan. And it doesn't work out for slowly. He just can't quite connect there with the Deagles. Attacker and Summer. Last 2 alive for TYLOO. Attacker's not even able to strafe out and spot his enemy before he's tagged down to 19 HP. But he will manage to at least find the 1 dig. Better late than never. Summer trying to just chip away on the body, but his shots just going straight through him. Inaccuracy not favoring TYLOO here at all. And OG happy just to face together. 2 more bullets will do it. And it's going to be 2 on the board for OG as well.
Flames wasn't even bothered to try and pull that Molotov out. To be honest, he just knew he had the support of his teammates to take that firefight. Didn't want to spend the money.
Dude, that's $600.
Yeah.
Those incendiaries, they're expensive.
These are tough times, man. You don't want to give away a molly and an anti-eco like that.
Squeeze every penny.
Question, though, why would you buy it if you didn't want to use it? That's another discussion, however.
Well, he wanted to use it this round, Jim. That's what you needed to know.
5 grenades from TYLOO. What's going to happen here?
Little airstrike. Ooh. Hasn't quite hit the mark there. And it is going to be a few nades sent straight back, but none of them connecting. And that's a whole lot of HGs wasted. And it looks like it's just going to be that firing squad again at mid. TYLOO looking to do it with worst weapons this time. Big nade. Chipping away at attacker, as is that M4 from mantuu. And it's an easy peasy anti-eco. Somebody unable to connect with the Glock there. So 5 alive at the end of this one for OG means their economy is going through the damn moon. They've got 2 Famises, so looking just to go for the bonus round, keep that economy as steady as possible heading into the 4th. TYLOO, finally able to get some guns in their hands.
Not just to the moon, through the moon. That's like going on an upward trajectory with a lot of force.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to go through the moon. But Dan King has to make immediate impact with that AWP. It's a big investment from him. And already just posted up on a ramp. Oh, he just takes that one to the foot. Good utility usage here is just going to separate the wheat from the chaff in the B halls. Somebody has taken quite a bit of utility damage early on. That flash is just going to signal his escape, but TYLOO, they tried to make things work at both extremities of the map and have taken some utility damage for their trouble.
They've got this top mid control and attacker coming in through unders. Now for that mid-round mid control. But OG, not going to go down without swinging. Flames just hiding in the smoke there. Summer trying to make the read as Niko holds down short extremely well. Attacker looking to get some form of redemption. But he's only found that single kill, so it's a rough position for TYLOO to try to fight their way back from 2 players down to half HP. And they're going to rely on OG to put a foot wrong They have to really back themselves to try to get back into the round. But it looks like OG definitely in positions to put the round in the bag.
A lot of fighting still to be done on this A-bomb site. Dan King just going to wait for his teammates before progressing further up that A ramp. Now, OG, happy to let them have control of the A-bomb site for now, as that rotation will actually come back through. That push through B halls means a lot of information has been acquired, and the round is on a timer.
8 seconds to get this bomb planted.
Oh dear.
And they're running so damn low on time. Molly's held for long enough. TYLOO, oh, they're trying to get that bomb down, but it's just Dan King who's going to get mopped up also. 1 kill is all that TYLOO could find, and they left it way too little too late. OG, happily with 4 alive, going to be sending it into a 4-round win streak.
And so much respect not to kill him after time, right? Like, that would have been the clear objective there, would be kill Dan King after time. Big investment from the AWP. He wouldn't have had anything going into this. So that just eliminates future potential. Not to be the case, though.
Yeah.
And if you are TYLOO, you've got to go back to the drawing board. They seemingly run into these late rounds, and we've seen it a few times now, both on pistol and in their first gun round. They don't have anything in terms of utility. They use so much utility in the early and mid round that they get themselves onto these bomb sites and they have nothing but the weapons in their hands to try and take those fights.
Well, into the 5th we go. And TYLOO going for that Deagle armor bite. Seeing if they can find any form of openings. Only 2 smokes also brought into the round in terms of utility. And slowly he's even on that -1 kills. So, very awkward situation for him to be in. Still just looking to get his first on the board. But OG not giving TYLOO an inch here. They know their tournament lives are on the line. mantuu just locks down underpass. A solid mid setup. And it's just a matter of when this swing comes through. TYLOO expecting some aggression. Slowly not spotted yet.
This is like a when they cat and mouse. This is just who steps first.
Oh, in it comes, but it's just one man crab walking into an AWP. So mantuu happily picks that one off. No more of the TYLOO players were spotted. But again, Valda already so advanced up in apartments. But this could be a little awkward if he's going to have a few deagles close range to him. How's he fare? Whoop, there it goes. Head taken straight off their attacker with the flick. And a bit of a chip onto niko as well. So we'll see if OG are going to have to play for the retake here.
Bomb plant will come in. Oh, somebody's there. Didn't count on taking mantuu though. And now, oh, I was close.
The timing.
Summer is so far away from the action.
Yeah, mate's just looking to save that armor into the next. He's tagged up as well, so he's still going to have to reinvest. Damage to the economy. And also with that bomb plant, they're going to be right as rain to fully buy in. But either way, that's going to be 5 in a row for OG, who have really got that momentum coming into the first map of the series. And mind you, this is TYLOO's map pick, so you're expecting them to start to fire up shortly.
Yep, anytime now. But more seriously, again, another round where we see Dan King on that orb. Hasn't really had the impact thus far. So you only get so many times in a half to make impact with that orb. Early utility means that OG cannot contest from window. Oh, they need to be careful here. They burn another smoke. This is what I said was a problem for TYLOO. Gets these late round situations without any utility. niko just pushing through those B halls. I don't know if he's pushed far enough to actually get the bomb, but judging by that X on the radar, that would have been some key information.
Well, again, TYLOO just looking for this late mid control at the mid round. Not doing as I would have expected them to, and just, you know, keep on just brute forcing their way into positions. But again, losing somebody so early on, man's a key piece of the puzzle for TYLOO. He's definitely off to a slow start. It's only really attacker that's managed to find a whole lot. Flash out, Summer looking to try to beat the molly. And niko really just hoping that someone helps him out here, but he's going to be fighting for himself. mantuu stopping that wrap underneath, and it's the no-scope. niko able just to lock down the fort here at B. And scoping in, trying to bait that attention from DanKing, who's stuck in the corner. He's got a lot of work to do. Headshot found at least onto niko, and he's just trying to make his way out of Apps. Valda eventually just locking him in, finding the line that he could connect upon DanKing. And it's 6 in a row. Only 2 casualties for OG as well. So really navigating their way through every one of TYLOO's gun rounds so far.
Making it look quite easy too. TYLOO just again caught in a rough situation in the late round. They're just not having any success breaking into these bomb sites. First it was utility problems, and now they're just not winning those firefights. So timeout taken by TYLOO. Just to talk this over now, the input going to be coming from Kings is going to be valuable for them. As they just try and work out what on earth is going on. These late round situations have them really finding no success. And as I said, investing a lot of money in that AWP of DanKing. Not a lot of success. I mean, niko, they're just holding everything down the B bomb site. Can't even break that B bomb site defense. That's certainly disheartening for a team. But faster A pincer maybe on the cards here as they put someone into the connector.
Oh, yes. Good timing on the flash there for TYLOO. And it's Summer looking to make his way forward, but of course he has to get past niko there on short. So it's a 1-for-1 trade in the end, but TYLOO finally getting their first opening kill going in their way. Flames going to be stuck on top of balcony, and as that pal smoke fades, he could be in trouble. But mantoo's been so damn solid on the AWP. It's a flash, and TYLOO looking to just go all the way back to B, because if you gaze your eyes there on the map, he's all the way out here into window and into market as well. This could be TYLOO's first round.
That's a big kill too. Taking control of market. Just locks OG out. Means that they have to go through window, but I mean, what's going on with the bomb? It's just so slowly going through the B halls.
They just walked all the way through T-spawn, expecting a CT to be at top mid already. So trying to stay sneaky, expecting OG to have gone for some form of map control. But it looks like they are happy just to push at A, wait for TYLOO to make any more mistakes. But look, in a 4v3 and you've lost B, OG, I don't think they're going for this round. They're happy with the lead they have. Honestly,
they'll be sitting there wondering what is taking TYLOO so long to get into the bomb site. Bomb plant comes in now, but the OG, it's been a long, nervous wait just to save the weapons that they've got. Don't think TYLOO are in a position to go for this. However, they may choose to disagree, as they have on many occasions.
Well, first round on the board, 7 rounds in. And it's better late than never for TYLOO. With 4 alive as well, that's going to be solid for the economy. It allows them to have a fighting chance as we go deeper in the half, but they really need to start to string a few rounds together. And that's going to be hard because OG, not only have they had such a built-up economy, they've still got 3 rifles alive at the end of this round. Somebody's even fallen for whatever damn reason there at B. And now their economy is on breaking point again.
It's funny how that pendulum swings, isn't it? Do all the hard work. And all you're doing in the end is setting yourself up to reduce that loss bonus all the way down to practically nothing. So now mantuu, I don't think that hurt him aggress either. Gap in that smoke. Oh, there we go. Slowly finding the mid connector. niko, he's been such a thorn in the side for TYLOO. He's been removed early on in the piece, and they've done damage to Alexi. Big gamble from mantuu, pays off. Oh, and he's not even going to go for it, so he does not want to allow OG to take that player advantage.
Well, TYLOO scurrying back to get that bomb in case mantuu was going for the aggressive play through apartments. You can see attacker pretty wary of that. He's going to transition back towards A main, but it's a flash at a con, and that's going to be control regained. DanKing going to be isolated here at mid. He's hit a sharp one onto Valda, but Flames, they know that he's in con. See if they're going to be able to navigate their way towards A. Alexi B on 17 HP, just hidden there at ticket. And Dan King's made a lot of noise going into window. So TYLOO in relatively good positions to try to get this bomb planted, but they're starting to run low on that utility. There's no smoke to block out CT, and Alexi B could be the crutch of the round.
And Molotov is at least good, though. Don't know if Dan King's heard the tick, the sound cue. Had his time to take that pick onto Flames. The flashes are working now for TYLOO. So, yeah, they didn't have the utility. But they've at least used it sparingly and in the right places. So mantuu can do some damage, yep. Oh, it just gets off the line. That's unfortunate now. And Dan King is not going to relent. He's not going to give up until he takes that frag.
Missed opportunities, and mantuu not going to be able to hit that quick scope either. So Summer locking down a second now for TYLOO. And that's exactly what they need. 3 alive at the end as well, so economy not going to be cracked just yet, but that loss bonus starting to go down. And OG's starting to creep up, and that can be an issue as we get deeper on into the half, Jim.
Yeah, I'd question what TYLOO had done with that utility late on. And they seemingly had a better answer this time around. No smokes to mask the cross, but they did a good job with what they had. That Molotov, they knew they were going to halt mid progression. They knew they were going to stop players from aggressing through mid connector. And then a secondary follow-up flash. That's a nice kill for Dan King, but finally he has some impact. They're starting to build their money in the right direction, but they're not out of jail just yet.
Where to from here? TYLOO going to be throwing top mid and window smokes, but just leaving somebody to go in that direction. 2-man set up in window as well, with the early boost from mantuu into ladder as TYLOO hunt for a pick here at A. But OG, very passive approach. Just over towards stairs, over towards CT, no one playing inside.
Flames needs to be careful here.
It all comes down to the timing, but Dan King hits those, knowing that Flames was over towards Ticket, just hits him straight up with the wall bang. Now, 4-on-4 situation as somebody's out of the equation as well, and niko just pushes on forward. Couple of enabling flashes. He's got 2, though. Just really the thief in the night, maybe even snagging the round straight back. Over the deep jungle smoke, though, Dan King hasn't quite spotted the player, but Valda falling. And it's back to the 2-on-2.
And they're deep in this site. Again, just a flash and a molly to try and make this work. Showing way too much to mantuu. And now it's all on Dan King, switching back to that AWP once again. He might actually be able to catch Alexi B on the reposition if he just held that a little bit longer.
Oh, well, he flashes his way in, hits that onto mantuu, and Man's looking for a little bit more as well. He's on for the ace, Jim, but he has no read on where Alexi B is coming from. He's got a molly. He's got a flash, but Alexi B has the element of surprise on his side. How quick is Dan King on it? There it is. The ace for Dan King to get a 3rd round on the board for TYLOO.
That's a much needed round for TYLOO. Again, a situation where they had just had to work with the bare bones of what they got. A flash and molly. I thought maybe they'd given away too much away. mantuu getting that second to last pick. And Dan King's such an asset to them in this match already. Just switching back and forth between the AWP and the AK. This pick there onto Alexi B. That's a round-winning pick. And of course, that is exactly what TYLOO need to get in. They put... OG are on the back foot in terms of that economic damage that they've received.
Oh, yeah.
Deagles and a single hero M4 on Alexi. And why not? He's the right player to take that.
As that's all happening, though, we spoke about it before, that round loss bonus is starting to creep up. And if TYLOO don't win these rounds with more than one player alive, they can be in a nasty situation as we head towards the end of the half. Round 10, though, and it's a slower approach again from TYLOO. They just keep on going for this mid control at the minute mark and looking where to send it from the mid round. However, the position of the rest of the boys here, Attacker and Summer, holding that PAL control, holding a mate. But Flames, he's got this 5-7 in hand, and his position now spotted. But he's making a bit of noise as well. And TYLOO, they're looking to roll off that info. Molly under balcony is Flames. Oh, not going to be able to do too much there with the secondary. And the numbers from OG starting to rotate across. Valda, though, look at this line he's holding. He's just waiting for TYLOO to walk into this one. Somebody falling. That's a rifle now retrievable. And OG, they've equalized the numbers. Alexi B, not going to be able to stop that bomb from going down. But slowly, just planting there at default. And they've got CT control. Summer's going to lock it down. So TYLOO in a very good position now.
They have got total control here. The question is, will Lexi even be able to save that M4? That's been answered. Mantuu might be able to catch Danking off. No, Danking, far too aware. Now niko has an AK. And now has a bit of map space to be able to try and take this into the next round. TYLOO, we're going to chase him though. He's a fugitive right now.
Oh, look at his bloody scoreline as well. 14-3, niko popping off for OG. None of the TYLOO players close enough to stop him from saving. Ooh, no, attacker. Doesn't peek on top of Vant. TYLOO happy to keep 3 alive again. Economy slowly but surely going upwards. But again, loss bonus down to 1,400. Puts them in an extremely risky position. If they lose any rounds from here, all of a sudden the swing goes straight back into OG's favor. They're going to have the momentum. They're going to have money for days, depending on how many players survive if they theoretically win a round. Either way, TYLOO not going to be able to get that early opening. Ooh. However, Alexi B will. Just jumping over to short early.
Taking early aggression in mid. Only doing that solo too. Didn't really have the support of niko until now. So they'll bait and switch. TYLOO. They really did a good job of grinding down that economy of OG. 3 rounds back to back. Few sticky situations as well to navigate their way out of. So commendable. Especially given their utility situation. They didn't have a lot to work with. As I said, the bare bones.
Let's see if TYLOO can stay on the straight and narrow and make their way out towards A. But the A main setup from OG looks extremely strong here, given the circumstances. Flames able just to hold on to contact, but a smoke at the 45-second mark allows mantuu to try to make his way back to CT. Flames able to stop a power bust, but it's just completely dry, and Flames just lines up TYLOO, who are now on an even bigger disadvantage. Danking finds the line. There's no way he's going to be able to salvage this round as well. He's mollied the bomb from himself. That's quite unfortunate. And a flash out of Pal. They're just going to slow things down further, trying to create some space, though, for attacker to make his way through. And he's going to find 2. All of a sudden, with 15 seconds, TYLOO have brought this back to a 2-on-2. Awkwardly, attackers pulled out some util. And Danking, there's no way he's going to be able to win it from here. The peak from Valda is too strong. And OG, another round on the board after TYLOO stuck on 4.
All that hard work from attacker undone. Pulling util at the wrong moment. Just wasn't expecting the timing on that push, and that's unfortunate for TYLOO. I mean, I was watching Danking just struggling with the utility out of Palace, and I thought this round's done and dusted. Attacker just decides that his movement through mid-connector is going to be of assistance to the team. So what do TYLOO go to here? Well, they might be able to pick up some weapons, particularly if OG continue to go super aggressive, but Valda has to duck out.
Man's able to regain the line, but not dodge the nade. And that, of course, was crucial to the situation. Attacker, he's going to fall with that off as well. And Valda plays it to a T, anchoring the B site like an absolute champion. And he's looking for more as well. Jiggle here into apps. Oh, okay. Summer going to be able to pick that one up in the end, as well as the AWP. But can he dish out some more damage? Edging, flicking, not going to be able to connect here, as niko locks it down up against the pistols. And it was extremely important for OG to keep as many alive as possible because their money was just in the bin up against the pistols. That being said, TYLOO are back on the guns. And if they can take this round, we could see an 8-7 half. But what do you think the past score is here, Jim, for TYLOO?
To be honest with TYLOO, they're probably looking to get towards that 6-round mark. I don't know. The CT, I'll be honest and say, the CT is not their better side.
Yeah.
So, on a map like Mirage, anything more than that sort of 10-round mark might be a bit difficult for them. They're just getting cut to pieces here in mid. They have just been absolutely dismantled by OG, just heading into those choke points. mantuu, unopposed in mid connector. He manages to avoid all the utility, and that's just easy picking over the top of that smoke.
Mm.
And I feel as though the round has already been won by Chia. Someone just chancing his hand. And yeah, that one just slips away from TYLOO. So all their hard work undone.
Oh, through the legs. mantuu not going to be able to pick up his third, but Bomb, of course, spotted. And TYLOO hoping that OG overextend here at mid. On a bit of a search party. Alexi B going to have the advantageous angle if Attacker doesn't do anything. But look at the timing. Attacker, oh, looking for more. Unfortunately, not going to be able to get back to safety. niko giving him that free haircut. I got one of those yesterday. Had to pay, though. Summer, 1-on-4 angle. And it's a lot of work to do, but he's got a timing. He's going to need more than that, though. With 30 seconds on the clock. Time's exactly what he's running out of. Okay. Finds another. And that's some good financial damage, but it's the round on the board again for OG. 9 now. And if they can make this an 11-4 half, well, I'm very worried going into that second half.
Yeah, the vital signs for TYLOO just seemingly come in and out of effect in these rounds, right? Like we saw a good streak of rounds from them just previously, 3 rounds there on the trot. They were looking better. They had the run of play over OG. They started to grind that economy down over time. But almost immediately, they are now in a situation where they have to consolidate their own weapons, back on pistols, and they're just going to go for these dry peaks. There's no utility, so to speak of. Might be able to find some aggressive timings, but walking into the crosshair of mantuu, that's not going to end up in a favourable outcome.
Oh, spotting this lowest peak from Attacker and just taking names at mid. Man's eating up these eco frags. He's pumping up the numbers. 16 and 8 for him now. Flames closes out the round to take OG over to double digits here on their CT side. And the second half, Jim, could be a walk in the park if they manage to net 11 here.
OG just keep on snapping necks and cashing checks, and that's exactly the approach that they took to that last round. TYLOO went into that with the relatively good buy, and they're going to come back into this with another good buy. However, OG keep on saying goodbye to all their chances into the A execute. We haven't seen this all half from TYLOO.
Yeah, an actual execute with a couple of smokes. They've just been
Molotov.
trying to go for that mid control. Molly down at the perfect time, but that's going to fade as the smokes do bloom. So, an opportunity here, and we'll see how OG fare on the retake, or if they're just going to try to flood through. How much are they going to respect TYLOO here?
Going to opt for that 5v5 retake scenario. They've got relatively healthy utility, so TYLOO got to survive this 5v5 with a single flash.
Yeah, an open plant, though. Could be a recipe for success. We'll see how OG route back into the site. Alexi B looking to take point at the top of stairs, but it's all about that coordination. A-main smoke comes through now slowly. First point of contact, and he's looking to double it up. Finds that second onto niko. Big kills from him, but it's the trades they need to worry about. 4v3 now, 4v2. Alexi B and Valda just trying to put down the groundwork. Oh, the A1. It's almost done it, but Alexi's got absolutely no read on where somebody's coming from. Who knows he's off the bomb, and it's TYLOO to at least find 5 at the end of the half. But OG going to be leading us by 5 as we jump on into the halftime break. Ladies and gents, we'll see you after this for the second half.
It is, and it's not boding well for them. Their T side wasn't awful, but it wasn't fantastic either. There was certainly a few swing rounds there where they were looking good, actually, Tyler. They could have gone on to really put a few rounds on the board, but OG just managed to snake their way into these situations where Tyler, to be fair, they put themselves in these situations where they didn't have any utility into these bomb sites, but now they switch sides and far more direct approach being applied by OG. Big mid push coming in from Tyler, though.
It's going to be first pick found from niko. Putting themselves in a very good position to succeed in the post plant. Should just be able to play this together. Trade things through. Look how deep into jungle Flames is. Somebody not going to be risking that push. They know that jungle's dirty as anything, but slowly, fast on the flank. Valda just going to be the bait for niko to come in with another. And things going well already for OG. Summer here, looking to try to make his way back to site, but there's not too much that he can do. OG locking it down with 4 alive. And that was a very quick round straight out of the gates.
It's a convincing round win for OG, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered as they get themselves back into this half the way that they left off. But their counterparts, Tyler, they're just going to force onto those pistols. They've got the MP9 on attacker. This round needs to be treated with respect by OG. Early window smoke too coming in, so it's not where the action is. B-stack from Tyler. I don't mind this on these sorts of rounds. It's sort of annoying watching teams play force buyers in a default manner. Take the gamble, stack the site. That's exactly what Tyler have done. So if OG do manage to wander their way into B, they could be in for a nasty shock.
Looks like OG have managed to fend off the stack. Looking like going towards 8 is the call of order. And Summer deep in CT, going to be the only defender here. If he can get that info, maybe a pick. And TYLOO could be in with a shot here on the force buy. However, I'm having a quick peek there, and there's no defuse kits in play. So, see how it goes. Summer flashed off the line, so he doesn't have much info, but he's going to hear all this util coming through and a whole lot of footsteps over the top of the smoke, though. Summer not going to be able to find a damn thing, but that rotation already starting to come through, and the troops are here. They're just unable to connect. Bomb still yet to be planted as mantuu. He's just looking to take the fight, expecting a flood from TYLOO, but now the bomb in the eyes of the CTs here. That CT spawn, somebody's gone in on the flank and just causing so much chaos. OG trying to find their way back in, and nasty little one-tap from niko to close out things here over on the A side.
Just that one-tap dirt nap, but how on earth did a TYLOO player get into that site? I will never know. They always seem to find themselves in those slippery situations. And that's where they can do a lot of damage, but
yeah,
another unsuccessful round for TYLOO, and they keep on investing with very little success, and that's going to hurt them in the long run. They're starting to run out of rounds, OG. They are piling on the hurt. They're screaming towards that match point, and TYLOO need to do something to just mitigate the issues they're having. I mean, I'm looking across the scoreboards too. It's really only Danking that's having any impact. And then you've got on the side of OG, niko is just on an absolute tear. Mantoo's not too far behind.
You got to remember, with those 14 kills on the board, he did get an ace to win 1 round. So you take 5 away, he's doing just as well as attacker. But, you know, ace in OG is a pretty nice thing to do, especially in a 1-on-2 clutch, which he put himself into. Either way, it is that 7-round diffie, Jim, and TYLOO's got a long way to go. Not only through this round to try to get some guns cranking in the next. Summer has actually invested heavily here with a PG-50 full armor. So maybe down to the SMG in the next. Slowly, however, using that deagle nicely to get TYLOO an opening.
Attacker's going to regress too until he pulls the plug. Oh, he's just caught in a crossfire slowly.
Oh my.
He's a real dangerous prospect.
Just almost finding another line on mantuu with util in hand. And Alexi, easy peasy kill there with the Mackie. Towards the top of mid. Now we'll see if a rotation does come through. Flames chipped down to 63. And TYLOO showing their hand at A. But will they make this read to go all the way back? And are they going to push into this trap at A main?
Clock is ticking. But they are going to regroup. Question is, will Summer continue to aggress here in Palace? They still need to remove him if they do choose to go A, which it is looking all but done and dusted. Now, slowly, he's just got eyes on mid-connector. He might be the one to actually make first contact here as they make their way onto the site. Big push through B-halls coming through from Dan King, so they're just going to confirm things for them. The flank on a flank.
Yeah, it's a interesting situation, but we'll see how the collapse goes and if slowly can survive. No, runs into the arch. And unfortunately, that's going to slow him down. Flames heads up to already read Dan King on the flank there. Summer, he's got the AK to play with, but not much HP to try to clutch the round. So on 16, looks like he's just looking to save that AK across. He's the man that overpurchased into the round. So an AK definitely aid him. There's a gap in that smoke, and Flames is looking to find him over the top. It works out nicely. OG. Now just 3 away from the dub on map 1.
No surprise, though, to see that pause coming out. I'm pretty sure I saw Kings just leaning straight in onto Summer's PC to type for that pause. That's how urgent the coach wanted it.
Yeah.
But for OG, I mean, in that round there, Summer should have aggressed a little bit more. He had that Palace power of position.
Yeah.
And he could have really just taken a lot of the focus away from those players hitting that A-bomb site, just giving his teammates a little bit more space to work with, but chose not to. And in the end was swept away. So you're TYLOO in this situation. Got to get your money together. You got to get your ducks in a row. And that's what they're trying to do right now. We're going to be talking through what on earth is going to happen to that buy. It's a double AWP set up with somebody in Dan King. Going to try and combine to see whether or not they can dismantle this slow approach from OG.
Ooh, nice util lineup. See where these smokes go. One to jungle. Deep towards A main. I'm looking to try to thin what little util TYLOO brought into the round. It's going to be hard for the retake, but TYLOO, they are the kind of team that excel when they just stand there with their guns in hand. And that's exactly what they're going to do.
Double pump. Wall of smokes on A. Late wall of smokes on B. It's pulled the rotation off TYLOO. Here we go. A-bomb site.
Ooh. Oh, smoke going to be invested. Summer had to do it to survive, but it is, again, going to be one of these 5-on-5 situations. Mantuu threads the needle in through Pal. Dan King tried to react in time, but just couldn't hit that trigger. Valda looking to be flashed forward. In comes one from Alexi B. However, it's blinded Valda. He's got to play close to missiles now. Attacker spotted, who's going to win the engagement just like that. It's gone for a 2-for-2 trade. But TYLOO, they are still this man down. And it looks like they're thinking about not going for it. Smoke at the top of con, but again, time is a factor, and there's no kit here for the 2 remaining CTs. They're just looking to keep the AWP and M4 alive into the next round. And they're going to have to get a wriggle on because Flames is thinking about maybe trying to find a line here. Damage onto the CTs, but it is inevitably a round for OG. 14 on the board, and momentum for days. Not dropping around here in the second half.
That is such great performance from OG. It's chalk and cheese from what we saw on Mirage earlier from them. Just looking far more comfortable against TYLOO. TYLOO, as we said, they don't put themselves in the best situation with their utility usage, but they have these moments where they just seem to gather 2 to 3 frags in quick succession, and the round starts to swing in their favor, but they lose control far too easily from that point. As Valda just tries to beat out, and does beat out all the utility.
That being said, he hasn't managed to try to cheat the tempo. And it's lucky he hasn't, because somebody's here waiting with the AWP. Looking to go for a more advanced position, though, and almost Managed to find the line. He's given that second opportunity, but again, OG unscathed for the moment. Somebody looking to dance around the bench as slowly... Oh, he's not going to be cleared here from empty. And just like that, it's back to the 3-on-3, but TYLOO looking to make this one happen in the retake.
Empty was occupied. Market's now completely smoked out. There's nothing happening here for TYLOO in that retake. They have to wait out that utility. Oh, attacker!
Okay.
Timing through the smoke. Okay. This gets interesting with Summer approaching from short. A lot of work from Niko and mantuu to do.
What lines are they going to hold here? Molly forcing Niko's back up against the corner, and man hasn't spotted the short player yet. He has the timing. Aim looks good, but Summer looks better as mantuu in the 1-on-3. Not going to be able to get the Molly out in time. He thought it was planted at default, but he just couldn't get that lineup to buy the extra few seconds. And TYLOO finally breaking that streak of OG and finding a round of their own.
Yeah, and it puts OG on the back foot as well. That's not where they wanted to be. Bardo will be shuffled a gun, I'd imagine, and actually no, he's just going to have to deagle up. Just going to have to grit his teeth and take that deagle into the next double op setup coming up from TYLOO. And I don't know. That could have been a round-winning molly.
Oh, yeah.
Just wasn't aware of that market plan effectively. Interesting plan, given the situation.
So awkward to figure out how to throw it safely from the position he was in. And, oh, Flames. Thought he had the timing out onto Balk, but DanKing some timing of his own. And the numbers started to be thinned out from OG. They've gone for the full contact. Out A. But in a 3-on-4 now, OG. Looking like they are just going to regroup. Maybe send it back out mid. Maybe to B. We will see as this clock ticks down.
They have some limited options. To be honest, small site always seems to be favoured in these situations. Just the percentage play. Valda has quite a bit of utility, actually. So, nice set of smokes to come. We're all going to peak as a team, though. So these smokes are not going to telegraph anything. In fact, though, somebody's moved straight back into market.
Yeah.
Could have done with a smoke here.
Good position to play for this retake. Connects through the wall onto Valda, but the man, he doesn't want to play for retake. He's going now. Wants some form of control, but it's going to cost him his life. Summer able to trade. So the numbers are still favoring TYLOO. mantuu looking to change that, but he's going to miss it. Go back for seconds and slowly becomes a victim. But Summer and attacker now with market and short control are looking to force their way back in. These smokes at market are just going to be way too much for TYLOO to deal with. Either way, mantuu brings it back to that 1-on-1. Good trade through. He's got 3 for the round, and he's going to look to quad it up. But again, the time's ticking down, and Summer, he's playing an IEM winter, and it's not worked out for him. What is that?
What on earth is that to bring up match point for OG? Oh, I think you've woken up the neighborhood, Mac.
Oh, okay. mantuu just putting TYLOO on blast, saying, catch this one, boy. Hits him with that no-scope. And what can you honestly do against this, Jim? Have a look. Second take at it. Oh, my Lord. On the head as well.
Yeah. That's what I call a wake-up call. Now, OG, I don't know what their opposition have got in terms of utility. There's not very much on the TYLOO back pocket. mantuu just removes attacker from mid. He was just peeking underpass. So, TYLOO are actually going to up the aggression on this round. I don't know if this is a play, but it's a risk they're wanting to take.
Just trying to find some form of map control, and unfortunately, going to apps did not work as expected. Flash deep over towards Jail now, only slowly here to play from short. However, as you can see, Summer's made his way through as well, but we're looking at OG to try to play strength in numbers. It's going to be a 2-for-1 trade, and TYLOO now fighting for a chance in the round. But Jim, mantoo's alive. This man, you cannot fault him.
Cannot discount him. Cannot fault him. Can't be stopped, can't be rocked, can't be shook. He's hot. Let's just see whether or not he can complete this round for OG. And of course, take that first map.
Ooh. Okay. Dan King has managed to get the better of him, but can Valdi do the 1-on-2 dance? Dan King in just in the nick of time. And they're going to be able to get that defuse through, find themselves a 7th, buy themselves a chance to get the second half rolling. Oh, but they're playing for OT, Jim, and they got a long way to go.
It is absolutely a long way to go. They're not in Kansas anymore, which would be strange for a team from China. But they've been boot camping around the world. TYLOO will get a reprieve here from OG. OG not investing a single cent in this round. And if they get a bomb plant here, it might be just one of the greatest little victories of all time. But there's absolutely nothing to work with. Selling that distraction over on A ramp might be a bit of a double pump here. No doubt just using this as, I guess, as an unofficial tack pause to try and talk things out. No need to take an actual tack pause to try and work out what's going on. The economy's afforded them one air already.
Well, with the man down, OG look to just biff their way out towards B. Seeing if they can maybe flood it through in time. Slowly is very close, overwood short. Nice movement out the window. Unfortunately, it's not going to net a kill for Alexi. Just hits him with the style points. Mantuu going to be able to find one at least, but it's a knife from Dan King, who gets a bit of revenge on the opposing AWPer. But is that all TYLOO is going to be able to get out of this map? 8 on the board. And with no bomb plant, the economy was in question, but OG, they're going to force into this one.
Interesting decision. Maybe just trying to give themselves as many gun rounds as possible.
Yeah.
Early on to make... I guess this is a higher pressure situation for TYLOO. Don't forget, this is TYLOO's map pick. So, saw this in the first series. Oh, Dan King, that's super aggressive. He's well supported. At least in terms of the flash, but...
He's supported himself there.
Yeah, he's just strong and independent. Don't need no support player.
Well, man advantage. And TYLOO have been pretty damn good at converting rounds after finding the opening pick. So we'll see if they're on for a 9th here. What OG can try to do, get back in the round. Flames thinks that TYLOO have aggressed all the way to the top of mid. So just wait for the rest of the troops to come through before peeking back out of the little cubby. Going to see the run boost out mid. That window smoke. OG not going to be finding too much here. TYLOO playing very passive towards the mid side of things. Dan King just waiting for that window push. But as this is all going on, slowly he's trying to make his way back to site. He knows something's up. And it's a B split.
Oh. Just flicking too high. Slowly and get right. And, well, they're going to put pressure on this B bomb site. Valda's got his work cut out for him, though.
The 1% is there.
Yeah, still has that one player on the site to contend with. Dan King's going to aggress him. And it's a big call from OG to buy up in that round. They did not make it work, so back to the drawing board.
One of those situations where if Valda peaked, you know, that half a second earlier, all of a sudden he's got a teammate alive. It's in that 2v3 scenario, much more winnable. But of course, that didn't happen. And OG just going for some pistols, looking to try to work up that round loss bonus and finish things eventually. But for now, TYLOO trying to do things as easy as possible. Dan King's actually going to fall out to underpass, which definitely wasn't planned. I think he might have been blocked by the smoke, but I think we'll have to take a second look at that. By the way, the rifles reigning supreme here, up against the pistolas. But I've spoken a little soon for now. Valda able to get his mitts on the M4, and in a 1-on-3 now. What's he going to be able to do?
He's got that armor, so aim punch might not be as big a factor as you would think. It's a question of timing. Oh, that knife pull. I had my heart in my mouth for a moment, but somebody is just strafing that line.
Oh.
Gonna reposition. Need to be careful here, TYLOO. Their money's not fantastic.
And they're feeding him a couple of one-on-ones. Dan King worried. But again, was constantly peeking and re-peeking and re-peeking again. And it's worked out eventually there for the big man Dan King, who's trying to put TYLOO on his back and lift them back into the game, leading the charge in terms of kills. And another timeout coming through here for OG, as they do head into yet another gun round. Okay.
Oh. Just not fortunate for Dan King.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate.
However, this is OG. This is some thinking time for them. What do they got to do here? They are going to buy into this round. Mantuu just notching himself closer towards that big 30 bomb. It's been a real impact player for OG in a lot of these rounds, but they have 5 stabs at taking this first map in this best of 3. Just remember, both these two teams are playing for their tournament lifeline. They could be sent home straight out of IEM Winter 2021. That's not a good result for either of them.
Just that hard AXE. And OG looking to create some space. Ooh, gap in the smoke, and Dan King survives on 1 HP. But for how much longer? A stray molly could just do it, but it's going to be the spam straight back, and somebody connects with an M4 of his own, but he looks to keep on going forward. It's the flood in. Oh, no! My flames! Are you joking? Jumping, finds the headshot somehow. And this could just be the round that gets OG tripping across the line. Oh,
Flames has just reignited OG's chances now. Vada, he's going to play around this smoke. Dan King's on 1 HP, remember?
Oh, and that is that. Surely Dan King falls at the final hurdle. And it's OG 16-10 on map number 1. Looking to take home the bacon. But they got another map to get through. We'll break this one down on the other side of the break. Ladies and gents, don't go too far.